I am very happy that Dr. Abdul Kadir sir, Chairman, Shaheen Group of Institution, Bidar has organized such a wonderful interaction program for the students for the upcoming NEET examination, which is scheduled on 5th May 2024 between 2 to 5:20 p.m. I hope you are all ready for the examination. Don't be panic or don't be with the stress, don't come for the examination hall. This you treat as the normal examination, which I hope this esteemed institution has trained you for writing the NEET examination. Every week, I hope I heard that every week they are conducting the NEET examination for you, and the evaluation also they are doing in the institution. This is a very innovative examination which I am very happy to see in Shaheen PU College Bidar. So in that way you treat this May NEET examination like your college examination. NEET is nothing but it's a national eligibility cum entrance examination. In NEET, based on the marks of the NEET or based on the percentage which you score in the NEET, you will be getting the admissions in medical, dental, Ayurvedic, Unani, Siddha Bharati. So these are all the medicine field where NEET rank, NEET marks are mandatory to go for medicines. And from these NEET marks, even the veterinary universities also, they get the information from the National Testing Agency and they collect the best students. Even they they allot the students, they take the students for the veterinary also. So this NEET examination will be conducted in entire India, one exam, one time. Every year, the number of students are increasing in the nationwide compared to the last year. This year, India has made a record of 23 lakh students are appearing for the NEET examination this year, and from our Karnataka state, 1,53,000 students are going to appear for this NEET examination, which is scheduled on 5th May. And from Bidar, compared to the last year, 1,000 students has been increased. This year, 8,350 students are writing in Bidar itself. And in Bidar, we have 14 centers. Out of 14 centers, 12 centers are in Bidar city and 2 centers are outskirts of the Bidar. One is at Humnabad, Shakuntala Patil Residential School, Humnabad, and one more is at Chanbashweshwara Gurukul School, Kardiyal, Bhalki. Rest all 12 centers are in Bidar city itself. I hope you all downloaded the admit card. You are all set for the NEET examination. Some instructions already given in the admit card. I hope you have read all the instructions which are printed at the back side of the admit card. The timing of the examination is between 2 to 5:20. That means 3 hours 20 minutes. 3 hours 20 minutes, 720 marks, 4 subjects: physics, chemistry, botany and zoology. Physics, you have 2 sections. Section A, questions of 35 questions. Section B, 15 questions. Out of 15, you are allowed to choose best 10. So out of 15, you can write 10. I hope it is clear to you. 35 questions from part A, part B 10 questions. But 15 questions will be there in the part B. Out of 15, you can choose any 10 in the same way for the chemistry, botany and zoology. So each question carries 4 marks, and be attentive that there will be a negative marking also. Suppose if you make any wrong response or wrong answer, then there is a negative marking of 1 mark. Minus 1 will be deducted from the total what you score in the subjects. So if you are very sure of the option, you tick it or else you leave it blank. Suppose and don't guess the options. Guesswork won't give the success. So don't make any guesswork especially in the NEET examination. And you will be having 4 set of question papers, version A, B, C and D. And even the arrangement in the block is also that 6 into 4 pattern they will be arranging. So 6 rows will be there. So starting from A, B, C, D, then again A and B. Again they come in the front C, D, A, B, C, D in such a way that the first 2 benches will not get the same versions. And there is no possibility of peeping into the other question paper because your version is different and one who is sitting at the back, his version is different. Even you cannot make any signs with the verbal signs, non-verbal signs you cannot do in the examination hall. So you will be considered as unfair means and you will be debarred from the examination for 3 years. Once if we put under you for unfair means candidate, it means that you have debarred from the NEET for 3 years. For 3 years you are not supposed to write the examination and even the criminal procedure also will take place for the candidates, one who involves in any unfair means in the center, not only in the block, even in the center. If any misbehavior, if it found by the center superintendent or the observers or the invigilators or any representative who are in the block in the examination center, if they find any misbehavior of the candidate, and you will be booked under unfair means. So the NEET or the National Testing Agency is conducting since from 2020 onwards, not even a single unfair means we found in these 4 years. So I hope this time also there will be no unfair means candidates in the NEET examination. The entry starts at 11 a.m. You are supposed to be in the center at 11 a.m. Well in advance, if possible, on Saturday, please visit the centers. Please see the location where it fall and see what would be your mode of transportation, because sometimes which is on Sunday traffic should not obstruct you, and well in advance you please see in which center your examination is there. So which is clearly printed on the admit card, your center name and center code also it is printed on your admit card. Well in advance on Saturday 4th you can go and visit the center and confirm what is the distance between your house to the center. So try to reach the center before 11 a.m. And once you reach the center, from 11 a.m. onwards, they will allow you to enter into their gates. Once when you enter into the gates of the centers, first they go for frisking. Physical frisking will be done by the NTA. Physical frisking like the metal detectors are also present in the center. With the help of the metal detector, they frisk you and don't carry any materials with you except admit card, one passport size photograph. It is mandatory. One passport size photograph you carry from your home, which you are supposed to affix it on the nominal roll at the time of examination. The invigilator will take a round, and when exam starts, they will take the present and absentees of the students. At that time, you have to affix your passport size photograph. So you carry one passport size photograph along with you and download the admit card. There is no any communication to you regarding the admit card. They are not going to send through the courier to your residence. You can download it from the NTA website or the email which you have provided. So for that email, the NTA has sent the admit card, download it and read the instructions. In the instructions, it is written very clearly that students are supposed to carry the photocopy of the admit card, one passport size photograph, and valid government ID. Either it may be the Aadhaar card or your driving license, PAN card, or any government issued ID cards which is in original, the ID cards, not the photocopies. Original ID cards you must carry to the center. Only these three materials are allowed in the center. Even if you have pen, that is also not allowed in the center. Pens are provided by the NTA, by the NEET examination. A prescribed pen is supplied to all the candidates. Black ballpoint pen will be supplied in your block, and you are supposed to use only that black ballpoint pen only. Once after the frisking, thoroughly they check the frisking, and even the dress code is also mentioned in the admit card. T-shirts, jeans are not allowed. It should be a normal dress code, like full of pockets, jeans with full of pockets, high heeled shoes, fancy shoes, wearing ornaments, wearing the watch, either it may be the analog watch or the electronic watch, or any calculators if you are carrying, that is also not allowed. These are all comes under barred items. Even you are not allowed to carry the kitchens, wallets, coins also in the examination hall, whereas you can carry the money. If you have the rupees, you can carry it in the center. Apart from this, you are not allowed to carry any other materials in the center. After frisking, biometric will be done. Physical biometric they do. They capture your photograph and they take the left hand thumb impression, the photo which you have uploaded in the online, your physical appearance, and the nominal role which already pre-filled in the biometric, they match the photograph. If you are a valid candidate, they allow to the center, to the blocks. So suppose if girls candidates comes with their religious costume, they are supposed to undergo the frisking before 12:30. 1 hour before the closing of the gate, such religious costumes if they are wearing, they must undergo frisking first, then later on the other girls candidate will be frisked. I hope it is clear for the girl students also. So girl students should report to the center before 12:30 for frisking. And there is an option which is already filled by you girls candidate and the boys candidate. If you are wearing any religious costume, if yes, then such candidates are to be frisked before 12:30. Complete frisking will be done for such religious the candidates first, then later on the other candidates also will go for the frisking. After frisking, biometric will be done. Once you are a valid candidate, you are allowed to go for the further to the blocks. The block rooms are opened at 11:30 a.m. onwards. So you may be having doubts, if I go at 11 a.m. and if I finish my frisking and biometric, where to sit? In the center, the center superintendents or the principals of the institution, they made an arrangement for you for seating for half an hour. And there you are not supposed to discuss with one another or making a noise so that it should not disturb the functionaries for the examination. So silently you sit where the center has shown you, or they made an arrangement for seating. At 11:30 you are supposed to enter into the blocks. Before entering into the blocks, when you are in the main gate, a big display will be there. Floor wise display, block wise display, which block you belong, that also will be displayed at the main entry gate itself. Before coming for the frisking and biometric, you check in which block your roll number falls. You note down in which floor your roll number falls. That also, before going for a frisking, you make a note of that. And then there, when you enter into the block, please be seated in your respective roll number, which is already written on the desk. So at 11:30 you are all allowed to come to the block, and the arrangement in the block is 6 by 4. In one row you will find a 6 candidate. In that way 6 into 4, 4 rows will be there. So 24 candidates in one block. To supervise you, two invigilators will be there. They will be monitoring you and they will be helping you, they will be assisting you before the commencement of the examination. You are not supposed to ask after 2 p.m. onwards. From 2 p.m. onwards, there will be no interaction between an invigilator and the candidate. Suppose if you make any wrong response in your OMR sheet, you are held responsible for that. The invigilator is not going to help you in any manner. Suppose any question, suppose by example, question number 4, the correct response is C. By mistakenly, if you have encircled B, then you cannot ask the invigilator to bring the whitener or to bring the, what do you call, the cutter to cut that response. That's not at all possible. The invigilator will not help you in that way. But NTA has given instruction that suppose if you have chosen the B response, but later on you come to know that the response must be C, you encircle C with a little darken. I hope it is clear. So little dark you make, the OMR software will catch the highest darken the response. So no scratching will be done to the previous response, or there will be no use of any type of whitener or the fluid. I hope it is clear to you all. So OMR, you will be getting the carbon copy also. One is of pink color, that's the original OMR. Along with that, you will find a carbon copy. So what the response you make it on the OMR sheet, it reflects on the blue also. So don't detach the OMR sheets. At any cost, don't detach the OMR sheets, because whatever the response you make it on the OMR sheet, it's a carbon copy of that. So the same thing it will reflect in the carbon copy also. So this you keep it in mind. And at 11:30 when you sit on the what do you call, on your respective bench, the invigilators will give some instructions to you all. Some restrictions are also there for using the washrooms also, and unnecessary movement in the blocks are prohibited. The centers, all the centers will have the CC cameras. and this CC camera will be connected to the National Testing Agency, which is at Delhi. Continuously, the NTA is monitoring all the blocks, including the center superintendent's room, washrooms, every corner you find the CC cameras. So there is no unwanted any uh, unnecessary movement in the blocks or chit chatting. That's all prohibited. So once when you sit on your respective the bench, the invigilator give instructions. That instructions like as soon as the exam starts, the last entry for the student is 1:30. You don't go at 1:30. You be in the center at 11 a.m. max 11:30. Please you be in the center at 11:30. By some unavoidable circumstances, if they're stuck in the traffic or if you are traveling from far distance, if you are coming by the bus, then in such cases, the last entry is 1:30. After 1:30, no the candidate is allowed to enter into the center at any cost. And if you are absent for the examination or if you are late for the examination, there is no compensatory examination for this NEET. Again, you have to wait for one more year. So it is better you be in the center at 11, max 11:30, and with a proper uniform, you be in the center. And at 11:30, the invigilators will give instruction. One instruction is like at 1:40 or at 1:45, the videographer will come to your block. So he will shoot the seating arrangements in the block. How many students and what is the roll numbers of the students. And after taking the block information or the board information, he will come to the first bench. That's the version A bench. He will shoot the roll number of the candidate. Then at that time you should sit straight. Your face must be up straight. Then he will shoot your videography. Goes for the second one. He will first shoot the candidate's roll number, then candidate's face. In the same way, for all the blocks, videographer they shoot, and that photocopy or that pen drive or that copy will be sent to the National Testing Agency soon after your examination. There will be no watch either with the candidates, and even for the invigilators, they will be not wearing any watches. So National Testing Agency has made or they are going to supply the watches for all the blocks. In each block you will find a very big clock which is visible even when you are sitting at the last bench also. And there is a proper bell timing is also there. It's not like your college bell, like after 1 hour, one bell, after 2 hours, second bell, 3 hour, third bell. There is a proper bell system is also there. Only three bells will work. One is long bell. It indicates that exam commences or exam ends. When you hear very long bell, it indicates that either the exam has started at 2. One more you will find at 5:20 p.m. Long bell understood that if 2 o'clock exam commences, 5:20 exam ends. In between you will find two bells. One is single bell. When you hear the single bell, it indicates that 1 hour over. From 2, the next bell you will hear at 3. If it is a single bell, it is understood that 1 hour over, remaining 2 hour 20 minutes. Then again at 4 o'clock, one more single bell. Then at 5:05 p.m., before the 15 minutes of the commencement of the examination, before the end of the examination, you will find double bell. When you hear the double bell, it indicates that 15 minutes more to wind up the examination. At 5:05 p.m., the doors will be closed and the invigilator with a loudly they will announce that 15 minutes more. Then you have to mark your the left out responses, or if you have any again cross checking of the questions or the answers, you can do it within this 15 minutes. Once if the bell rings, a long bell at 5:20, it indicates that exams over. Exactly at 5:20, you are supposed to stop the examination. It's not like the college examination. Even after bell also some students they mark the responses. It's not like that, because again the you are all under the CCTV surveillance. Exactly at 5:20, stop marking the responses. Then the invigilator will come in a serial wise. They come to you and they collect the question booklet, the OMR sheets. Both OMR sheet you are supposed to produce to the invigilators. You are not supposed to detach the carbon copy and take with you. You are not at all allowed to tear the carbon copy from the OMR sheet as it is. Both OMR sheet as well as the carbon copy must be handed over to the invigilator. Before handing over to the invigilator and before taking the question paper test booklet from the invigilator, you must sign on the nominal roll at what time you have received the test booklets. Usually the test booklets will come to you between 1:50 p.m. to 1:55 p.m. So within this 5 to 10 minutes, you will be receiving the question booklets or the test booklets. As soon as you receive the test booklets, the invigilator will take your signature. At what time you have received your test booklets, your signature, running handwriting signature, at timing also you please mention, and at the time of handing over the OMR sheet to the invigilator also, again the invigilator will take the signature. Before giving to the invigilator, just look at the clock, and time is preferably 5:20 p.m. 5:20 after signature, right? 5:20 p.m. and hand over the both the OMR sheet. You can carry that black ballpoint pen which is supplied by the NTA, that you can carry, and your admit card and your valid original ID cards you can carry with you. There you don't find any the carbon copy with you, only the test booklets, admit card and other things you can carry. And for your rough work, we are not going to supply any rough sheets. Whatever the rough work or the calculations, you can do it in the test booklet itself. A backside of the test booklet, a space for the rough will be there. In that in that space, you can use the rough work. You can do it, and even you are not allowed to carry any logbooks, calculators, pencil, roller, any other barred items which is already in the guidelines and already it is printed in the admit card. So only the black ballpoint pen which is supplied by the blocks, that you are supposed to use it. And while marking also, be very vigilant. Before marking any response, think twice before making any response, the A, B, C, D, because once if you make a wrong response, then again making the another response may or may not scan properly. So it would be better think twice before making the response. And later on after 5:20, you all will be allowed to go in a serial wise. The center has made proper arrangement for sending you out. The block wise, first block students will go first, second block students will go second, then floor wise you are allowed to move. Even while going also, maintain discipline till you go out of the center. So you are supposed to go in a very systematic manner, and that's also like your college examination only, and without any stress write the examination, and instruction is already given in the admit card, even in the guidelines also it's given, and time is uniform throughout the country, and they don't see your timing. Timing is already set by the NTA. The same timing will be conducted uniformly throughout the country between 2 to 5:20. Suppose if any candidate is PWD, physically challenged students, either it may be the visual impaired, or it may be the physical, any impairment, such students are given 1 hour 5 minutes extra time for such candidates who are PWD. 1 hour 5 minutes will be given extra. Suppose if he is a visually impaired, in such case, a scribe will be provided by the NTA. The scribe is of first year level or 10th or first year student he will be. So he will be assisting to the candidate, one who is opted for the scribe, a PWD candidate, one who is unable to see, visually impaired, such students. So they will be allotted a scribe, he will be sitting along with the PWD candidate. Only he is reading the question and responses. He is not going to elaborate any question. He is not going to explain any question or the responses as it is, like question and A, B, C, D. So whatever he tells, the scribe will encircle, because that is also monitored by the CCTV, and even the invigilators are so vigilant, even in the PWD candidates also, and even the scribe will not shout and read the questions loudly. In his ear he will read the question, and he read all the options, which option the candidate he tells, that he mark, right? So these are all some of the instructions. Apart from this, if you have any doubts related to the examination, the entry, exit, you are free to ask me. I am here for you, and I am the representative of National Testing Agency. My name is Mallinath Mathpati. I am the city coordinator for Bidar Center. So at any point you can contact me. Even during the examination, if you face any problem, you can ask to the center superintendents. If you feel free to call me, you are allowed to call me between up to 1:30 p.m. Afterwards, you are not allowed. And don't carry the bags, books to the center, because center has not made any arrangement to keep your bags, books, and other things. Even the mobiles also, they are not responsible. They are not going to make any arrangements. It's not like a CET where I have come from so far distance. I have a bag, books for reference. The center is not going to keep any materials of yours. Even a pen also you cannot keep it in the center. So no watch, no pen, no barred. All the barred items will not allowed in the examination center. Thank you very much. Now it's open to you for queries. If you have anything, you can feel free to ask me. You have any doubts?
In case his pen is not working, then
In case if your pen is not working, you can ask the invigilator to replace the pen. Right? That facility is also there. For every center, surplus amount of the pens already supplied. Suppose in case if pen is not working properly, immediately you tell to the invigilator, they change the pen. Okay. Then again, anything else you have?
can we leave the exam before the time is over?
Okay, very good. This again, I forgot to tell you this point. You are not at all allowed to go out of the center till 5:20 p.m. Once you enter in the center, even if you have finished your answers within an hour also, you are supposed to sit in the examination block itself, and don't give the blank OMR sheets at any cost. Suppose if you don't know anything out of all the questions, if you are not marked, not even a single response, then the invigilator will mark one cross. You have to sign it, invigilator also sign it, and the observer, the center observer will sign, which is a proof that you have not marked any response. You are not supposed to give only the blank OMR sheet to the invigilator. The invigilator will cross right from 1 to till the last question, they cross and they'll take your signature, and the invigilator also they sign. So it is better don't give the blank OMR, and don't make any wrong response also, because again your ranking will go down, because each the wrong response will have a negative of 1 mark. So if you are very confident, sure about the response, then you mark it. And as he asked, there is no option for you to go out of the center. Till 3 hour 20 minutes, you are supposed to be in the center only. Okay, anything else again apart from this?
What are the facilities for emergency situations like taking this?
Okay, medical facility you mean to say. For diabetic students, they are allowed to carry the medicines prescribed by the doctors into the examination hall, or the fruit, either it may be the apple, orange, any kind of fruit, which should be in a polythene bag, transparent polythene bag, that is allowed. And medical facilities also provided in the center. In case if you are not well, immediately the center superintendent will attend you, and there is a restroom also, so they will attend in case of giddiness, in case of high fever. That's also a facility has been made by the center superintendents in all the centers. Okay.
Can we mark the correct options in the question paper itself?
Yeah, you can mark. You can utilize the test booklets or the question booklet for your rough work. You can mark the options or the response which you feel correct, that you can do it. And don't make any marks in the OMR. Don't fold the OMR, and don't write anything on the OMR apart from the space which is provided for you to write the roll number and the version of the question booklet and the responses, and your left hand thumb impression on the OMR sheet. Your mother name has to be written, and your complete name and your running handwriting signature, that must be there in the OMR sheet. Apart from that, no strain and no nothing should be done for the OMR sheets, because it's ultimately it goes to the scanner and it will scan all the responses. So no folding, no cutting, no tearing of the OMR sheets. In that case, if you make any damage to the OMR sheet, then you will be put under unfair means candidate. You will be debarred from the examination. Okay, again, any questions? Thank you very much. I'm very thankful to Dr. Abdul Kadir sir, Chairman, Shaheen Group of Institution Bedar, for giving an opportunity to address you all. And sir wanted to have with you the FAQs, frequently asked questions, because this is a pioneer institution in Kalyan, Karnataka region. So sir thought that it would help the candidates or the students community to write the NEET examination in a fair manner. And this time the Shaheen PU College is also one of the center. Out of 14, the Shaheen is also one of the center. And I am very thankful to the chairman and the principal and Arif sir and all the supporting staff who have arranged this orientation for you. And I wish all the best for your NEET examination. Once again, very good luck for your examination. Thank you.